Now to a follow-up. Demolition on the old Pillsbury Mills site has officially started. The plant opened in 1929 and in operation until 2008. In 2022, Moving Pillsbury Forward acquired the 18-acre site and began redevelopment efforts. That included setting up exhibits of artifacts and allowing people to tour the site before it's torn down. That cleanup is starting this month, but Pillsbury Mills continues and contains hazardous building materials, so that could make the demolition dangerous. News Channel 20's Emily Jordan has the details on how much the project will cost. Emily?
I'm here at the site of the Pillsbury Mills on Phillips Avenue in Springfield. Creator of the Moving Pillsbury project, Chris Richmond, says they've raised $10 million, enough money to bring down all the buildings at the site. Richmond says funding for the project has come from several places. He says the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency provided them with a $3.4 million grant for cleanup. $3 million came from congressionally directed funds. The rest came from the city of Springfield, private donors, and local community foundations.
It's fantastic to see the community come together in such a way, financially, but just as a community supporting the project all along. Every time we reached out and asked for help in a different area, the community responded.
Richmond says crews have already begun working at the site. He says although Moving Pillsbury Forward is limited on how much they save, they plan to recycle more than 70,000 tons of concrete. Richmond estimates the structures will be removed within the next 12 months. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
Thanks, Emily. Moving Pillsbury Forward is hosting a Q&A session about the demolition and cleanup at 6 p.m. at Landfair High School Auditorium. Doors open at 5:30. After a decades-long wait, the former Pillsbury Mills plant will be demolished within the next year. For more than 20 years, the site has been the subject of cleanups, fires, and break-ins. Now, nonprofit Moving Pillsbury Forward says it's turning a corner. News Channel 20's Emily Jordan spoke with officials to find out how Pillsbury Mills history shapes demolition and cleanup today. Emily?
I'm here at the site of the Pillsbury Mills on Phillips Avenue in Springfield. Moving Pillsbury Forward says this site is a big health and safety concern for its surrounding communities. Pillsbury Mills is filled with dangerous building materials like asbestos and lead paint. Scrapping in previous demolition efforts from Pillsbury Mills' previous owners left asbestos exposed throughout the 18-acre site, meaning crews must conduct cleanup first, or they risk exposing the greater Springfield community to potentially deadly carcinogens. Chris Richmond, retired fire marshal and president of Moving Pillsbury Forward, says crews are taking all precautions.
Where you're tearing down large industrial buildings, you want to get them cleaned out. You want to get all the hazardous materials out of the structures before they come to the ground. Otherwise, those materials can get in the dust. The dust can blow around, and it could potentially contaminate the neighborhood.
Richmond says crews will be removing asbestos with water, and they're building wells to collect that waste.
So we're paying particular attention to do it correctly and make sure that the neighborhood is protected from what's going on here in the next 12 months as we bring these buildings down.
President of the Pillsbury Neighborhood Association, Larry Franklin, says it's bittersweet.
The houses were built after Pillsbury was, and most of the people have long since moved out, and it's mostly rental now. So, but the ones that are still around are glad to see it come down. Ready for it, long past due.
Once demolition is completed, Richmond says it'll make room for new economic development.
We're well situated here in central Illinois. We hope to be able to redevelop this site with a light or medium industry that brings jobs and economic activity back to this site that had it for so many decades previously.
Richmond says cleanup will take about 2 months. He says demolition will begin this summer. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
Thanks, Emily. Happening right now, Moving Pillsbury Forward is hosting a Q&A session about the demolition and cleanup. It started at 6 at Landfair High School Auditorium.
Now to a follow-up. After a decades-long wait, the former Pillsbury Mills plant will be demolished within the next 12 months. For more than 20 years, the site has been subject of cleanups, fires, and break-ins. Now, nonprofit Moving Pillsbury Forward says they're turning a corner. Scrapping and demolition efforts from previous owners left asbestos exposed throughout the site, meaning crews have had to clean up first, or they risk exposing the greater Springfield community to dangerous chemicals. Once demolition is completed, they say room will be made for new economic development. And today at Pillsbury Mills, or rather moving Pillsbury Forward, hosted a Q&A session about the demolition and cleanup. During the meeting, officials say asbestos removal will happen in the next few months. They say traffic on parts of 15th Street will need to be redirected. City officials also addressed what's next for the property.
To answer your question of what's going to go there is going to be what do you guys want to see go there. Right. So we need to hear from them. We need to know what's on their mind because they got to look at it every day. So I'm not letting them pass without first having meetings like this to hear what they actually would like to see.
Tonight's meeting was held at Lamphere High School's auditorium. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more videos from News Channel 20.